I thought only on Wattpad did people make up stories to avoid feeling weird about what they imagined, but now it turns out there are those who use social media to invent things just to get attention. Lately, JUNGKOok fans have been saying they saw Jimin and Jungkook filming somewhere. The person who claims to have seen them also mentioned wanting to see TAEHYUNG but couldn't. What I don't understand is, where's the proof? Because if you ask them for photos or videos, they have nothing, just what one person says. They always do the same thing, anyone can say they saw them, and it's a lie. The funny thing is, if they were really on a film set, there should be many people who saw them and would have already posted something on their social media. These days, nobody keeps something like that to themselves, they post it immediately. So far, there are no photos or autographs to confirm this story. What makes me think it's a lie is that if Jimin and Jungkook were supposedly filming something, why does this woman say they weren't wearing makeup? It's impossible, because they always wear makeup when they're filming. They've said it themselves on more than one occasion. I'm wearing makeup because I was filming something today. This proves that it's all made up just to say they saw Jimin and Jungkook when they didn't. If they were really filming, they would be working, but people forget that they are members of a famous group called BTS. When Jungkook has free time, he decides who he wants to spend it with. He's been seen with TAEHYUNG or with his friends when he's not working. It's important to understand that when it's not work, it's his personal life, and we shouldn't mix things up. On the other hand, a girl did see TAEHYUNG yesterday, and it was clear he was filming something. He and a girl were wearing school uniforms, and the girl who saw them did upload photos to her social media. That's the real proof we need. The difference is that this girl saw TAEHYUNG, took the picture, and shared it on her social media. She didn't just say, "I saw Jimin and Jungkook filming," without showing anything. It's very easy to invent stories when you don't have to prove anything. Then there are people who believe these lies and share them without verifying them, ultimately making fools of themselves. What bothers me most is that these falsehoods damage the artist's image and confuse fans who can't distinguish between what's real and what's made up. It's better to wait for official information before believing everything published online. The relationship between TAEHYUNG and Jungkook is special, and it's evident in the moments they share willingly, not in stories invented by others. They're seen together in natural situations, laughing or supporting each other, without forcing anything. These interactions demonstrate the trust they have and how comfortable they feel in each other's company. TAEHYUNG and Jungkook continue to flirt with each other after all these years, as if they were falling in love all over again. Their spontaneous blushes reveal a special connection that time hasn't diminished. When they look at each other, their eyes sparkle with a love that seems to hold a whole universe of shared feelings. The shy smiles they exchange show how comfortable they are with one another, displaying a natural intimacy. They speak in low tones when they're together, creating a private world where only they exist. Every glance they exchange makes them fall in love all over again, as if it were the first time. They shower each other with heartfelt compliments, without any shyness. The way TAEHYUNG and Jungkook look at each other reveals a deep admiration that goes beyond what's visible. Their eyes light up when they're in front of each other, showing that they see something special in one another. For TAEHYUNG, Jungkook is the most beautiful and precious man in existence, someone who has completely captured his heart. And for Jungkook, TAEHYUNG represents the person who occupies all his thoughts and most cherished feelings. They admire each other wholeheartedly, openly expressing how much they value each other's unique qualities. They don't need grand words to demonstrate their feelings, as their gestures and glances say it all. They have spent more than a decade together, sharing every important moment of their lives. After so many years of constant companionship, TAEHYUNG and Jungkook have never stopped praising each other. Their love and desire have remained intact despite the passage of time, growing deeper with each day they share. Those who observe them can see how their connection has evolved, maturing without losing that initial spark that defined them. It's not common to find relationships that strengthen so evidently over the years, but they have achieved it. They appreciate each other with the same intensity as at the beginning, but now with a deeper understanding of what they represent to one another. Their relationship demonstrates that true love doesn't age, but rather grows richer with shared experiences. Every time Taehyung and Jungkook interact, they show us how they declare their love for each other in an adorable and spontaneous way. Their flirting is so natural that it seems like they can't help it, as if it's part of their way of communicating. When they use a soft, low tone when speaking to each other, their eyes shine with a special light that only they seem to understand. These kinds of interactions make them blush like a couple who have just discovered love, filling the atmosphere with a special tenderness. It's clear that they feel very comfortable with each other, showing a trust that can only be built over time. Every compliment they give each other is full of sincerity and affection, demonstrating how much they value each other. Although small details may seem insignificant to some, in Taehyung and Jungkook's relationship, those details speak volumes. The way they look at each other when they're close reveals trust and affection. They don't need words to understand each other. Often, one seeks out the other with their eyes, and the other responds immediately. This reaction isn't learned or faked. It's something that arises when two people truly know each other. Their gestures are calm yet firm. When they're together, a special security is evident. This security doesn't appear with just anyone. It's the result of sharing time, experiences, and emotions. That's why Taekook conveys a clear sense of genuine connection. The way they act demonstrates mutual respect. Jungkook doesn't behave the same way with everyone, and Taehyung doesn't repeat those gestures with just anyone. There's a visible difference between them. They are constantly there for each other. When one smiles, the other responds with an expression that reflects pride and closeness. They don't need to exaggerate to get attention. Their tranquility speaks for itself. Many people recognize that this calmness only appears when there is true trust. Their affection is evident in the way they stay close. This closeness is natural and constant, independent of anyone else's opinion. The love they represent isn't based solely on fleeting moments. It's built through repeated actions over time. They've weathered demanding periods, significant responsibilities, and major changes. Despite this, their bond remains strong. This stability demonstrates emotional maturity. When one faces pressure, the other remains attentive. This constant attention is a sign of support. They don't need to explain their feelings because their actions speak volumes. The trust between them endures even when they're apart. This continuity strengthens their relationship. Each reunion confirms that the foundation remains intact. Taehyung finds a stable companion in Jungkook. Jungkook demonstrates loyalty in every shared moment. This loyalty is reflected in small, everyday gestures. A lingering gaze, a gentle smile, or a protective gesture speaks volumes. The admiration between them is palpable. They value each other as individuals and as partners. This appreciation creates a strong balance. They don't compete with each other, they encourage each other to grow and improve. When one partner moves forward, the other celebrates. This attitude reinforces the idea of a solid partnership. A healthy relationship is built on respect and consistency. Many people observe that their relationship has grown over time. It hasn't weakened with changes or new phases. On the contrary, it seems to strengthen. Physical distance doesn't break the emotional bond. When they reunite, the closeness remains the same. This demonstrates inner security. Affection doesn't depend on constant presence, but on accumulated trust. This trust creates tranquility. Tranquility genera.